We come now to item number 8, which is public comments. Is there anybody in the public wishing to comment at this time? Anybody in the public wishing to comment? Thank you. Please come forward, Mr. Hills. State your name and address for the record. And make sure the microphone is on, please.
I'm Jim Hills, 202 Brandywine, and congratulations on your appointment to the position. To the matter at hand, I feel very uncomfortable with what I think is going on. We citizens elect a council to act on our behalf. Council is charged with the responsibility to do what is best for the citizens of DuPont. That doesn't appear to be happening. There are two areas that concern me. First, the issue of the fire levy. The levy came to a vote some months ago and we citizens rejected it. Now it's back on the table. The dollar amount has changed, but that's about the only difference. I, as a voter, when I voted, said, I don't want the levy. I want the dollars to retain and operate a fire department to come from the general budget. In my view, what the council in effect wants to do is set the fire department budget aside by funding the department through a levy and thus freeing up the dollars in the general budget that should go for the fire department to go for things that the council wants. The council in effect has chosen to not prioritize what is important and therefore keeps in the budget those items that are less important. The council is saying in effect, quote, we know what's best and not the citizens. So the council put the levy back on track for a second vote. As it's constituted, it will still cost $300 for a family that has a $300,000 home. This is the money the homeowners may not have in this period of hard economic times. At a time when most units of government are cutting their budgets, this council ignores the reality of the time. The council does not choose to see the cost, but simply says, we want more money. The council chooses not to look at cutting back on any item in the budget. To the best of my knowledge, the council never asked for any citizen input or formed any type of task unit to look at ways to cut costs. I've said before that there is $500,000 in the current budget for park and street right-of-way mowing. That's a dollar amount that could easily be slashed. There are probably other items that could be reduced. Fiscal responsibility is the key. If a true need for money exists, the task unit could have looked at what was really needed and ways to present that to the citizens. Second item, the possible merger with the Lakewood Fire Department. If the two fire departments were to merge, we in DuPont would seem to inherit a system that is much more expensive than what it would be to operate our own fire department. Lakewood has levies in place, and I suspect we would inherit those levies and be responsible for paying a share based on our home values. That would be more dollars over the above the levy dollars now being sought. Our needs here in DuPont, with all the homes in Northwest Landing being equipped with fire suppression sprinklers, are far less than Lakewood's needs, with its numerous businesses and large and varied housing areas and no volunteer firefighters. We would end up paying for a large and expensive fire department if we tie ourselves to the Lakewood district. Some factors seem to feed into this press to be part of the Lakewood district. We in DuPont have hired an interim chief who supports going with the Lakewood district. He seems to build his business on one type of solution, merger of small fire districts to large union-related fire departments and districts.
Is that 30 seconds left, or is that time up?
The Lakewood district wants us, in fact, and they lobby for us to come join them. That's probably because of the added dollars they see coming their way. Dollars that are over and above the cost associated with supporting a clinical presence in DuPont.
Excuse me,
DuPont can have its
Mr.
own
Hills.
fire department and ALS for fewer
Excuse
dollars
me.
than if we go with Lakewood. We can have a partial volunteer department, as do the fire departments of cities of comparable size. Thank you. 3 minutes really isn't enough to say anything up here, is it?
We have 2 public comments sections. Thank you for your comment.
Up next, I hope you'll enjoy a skit by Pedro Sanchez.